Hello, my awesome people. It's good to see everyone today. Sorry, I'm opening my soda. How's everyone doing? It's great to be here with you guys on what is today, the 15th of August. School is almost here for those of us that have kids or those who go back to school. It's great to see everyone. So, we should be starting the press conference for Kiely in just a moment. Sorry, I hear sirens on my street. That's not a good sign. So we had a great stream last night for sure with Kiely. And I do want to tell you guys about something. If for those, do y'all hear that? Hold on one second. Okay. All right. I'm back. Back. Thank you all so much. I don't know what it is. So last night we were live. You're early, Justin. I don't get off work for another hour and 30 minutes. Hopefully you're still on. I should still be here. Should still be here for sure. Sorry, I'm out of breath. So I was up till very early this morning, just digging and reading and trying to find everything that I possibly could about this. So, do you guys remember last night where on Poshmark, a woman named Lucy came up and she was talking about um, the new sweater that the police had put out. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I'm really not good at doing two things at once. Here, I'll show it to you. Here we go. This right here. So I looked on it and it would have been like updated like I don't know, like 6 minutes ago last night and stuff. So we looked at it, and one Lucy got in contact with the owner of that. Now, let me see if I can find the other email that she sent me. And look what she said. Look what the owner had said. Let me see if I can find it now. It was kind of crazy. All right, here it is. Found it. So this woman, she's like, this is Lucy. We call it. She goes by Lucy on YouTube here, and she said, "Hey, where did you get the sweatshirt from?" And then Samantha, she goes, "It's was my nephew's," because everything that Samantha has on her, Poshmark was women's, except for this one thing. This was a man's. And we were like, what? So she's like, where did you get the sweatshirt? Lucy says, and she's like, well, it was my nephew's. Why? So we were like, pretty much, which is rather interesting. So I bought the sweatshirt last night. I did buy it, regardless. But I need to ask you to kind of go there and look because it I don't know when or how long it's been on, like how long they have had it on there. It may have been before, you know, Kylie went missing. But this person does definitely live in um Reno, which is like right there. I mean, at the and this woman's name is Samantha, which we call Sammy, which I don't think they're the same people, to be honest. I just think it's another kind of coincidence, but just to be safe, I bought it, and I'm not going to open it. It's probably already been washed anyways, but you know we're just going to have to see. Gonna have to see. This press conference should be kicking up shortly. Um, let me see here. There was this trucker that I saw on this message board, and he was talking about, and he made a good point because now a lot of the trucks um, that go up and down the road, they actually have, yeah, you can send me an email, of course, yes. There's my email. So, but they have like a black box in them now, and they record everything outside and inside. And he says, at this point, I would start checking the trucks that were in the area around the time from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. I'm a truck driver. My route takes me to Reno to Sacramento. I go through Truckee twice a night. And he said most trucks come with an onboard camera system. You might be able to catch a glimpse in what directions the vehicles was headed, if at all, on 80. Which it's very possible that it just takes one camera to change everything. I am very curious about what they are going to say today in this press conference. They've had the weekend, and sometimes Mondays or Tuesdays or Fridays is bigger days in crime, like if there's with like the FBI or politics. It's just the way it goes. That's when a lot of things are released. But they've also got to find something in order to do that. No, Selena has the news report hit the net yet. Um, from who's Selena? What are y'all talking about? To Selena? I have no idea who Selena is. Um, and also 10 to Life, she was talking about that someone had reached out to her last night and says they saw Kylie's Honda CRV on Thursday morning, August 11th, at a Circle K in Mesa, Arizona. She is certain that Kylie's vehicle, uh, Kylie's vehicle, and that was her license plate. And she's got screenshots, she says, below to see how certain they are. She reached out to the detective when she first heard of the case and is following up on it. There is no doubt that law enforcement is doing their due diligence, she says. But, guys, I want to know, what do you guys think? She writes, if you look at the route, that is a straight shot to Mexico, Prosser campgrounds. And if it was last Thursday morning, the driver very well may already be out of the state country lines, which to me is very, well, shit, a brick. They deleted it. I was trying to show you the thing. Maybe it's nothing now, because let me see if I can pull it up. Here you go. I'll show it to you. I hope they have followed up with that. You did it. I mean, it's a little odd. Thank you, Town Crier. Thank you. So I just don't know. It kind of, it says they were pinged last in a road in Penn Valley. Selena, where are you seeing this at? Tell me. Where are you seeing it? Come on, conference. Let's get on with the show. I'm kind of waiting for that. Um, where? They're saying it was at the Circle K on 401 South Ellsworth Road, Mesa. I can look that up. Let's just see where it's at. Is there anybody in Mesa around here? Someone said no presser today. No, there's supposed to be a presser. Unless they've changed it again. I mean, no, we don't need these. No, we need, like, good Lord. 401. How far is this from Mexico? Satellite. Okay, this is like out of Phoenix. Okay. Okay, so this would be in Phoenix. Does anyone know where that is? Yes, guys, if y'all will hit the like button. What am I going to do with that sweatshirt? First I'm going to see when did she put that sweatshirt on, and if it was before Kiely went missing, then if somebody wants it, when I get it, that is a small, I'll give it to one of you guys, because I'm not a small. That is for certain. And I don't like any. I'm personally not a sweatshirt person either. Oh yeah, you could definitely be in Mexico the same day. Not far at all. Not far at all. Um. So does any, I don't even want to question this, because I personally don't think that this happened whatsoever. But does anyone know, or has anyone heard what kind of relationship Kylie had with her stepfather? Um, Damn, I'm still not getting anything from this presser. I'm just making sure that today is like day 11 in the search for Kylie. And very, very sad. Give me 2 seconds, guys. To me, this kind of feels like another. Um, wasn't sure about it. You're very close to that circle, Kay. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk, but yeah. Um, Hello, Miss Nicole, my little Nanook. Thank you so much. Good to see you, my love. There is supposed to be a presser today. It is supposed to be at 2 o'clock Pacific time, which is 5 o'clock my time, which is supposed to be happening in like 3 minutes from now. But they're usually a little bit late. And let me just make sure that nothing has changed. Nothing. I am not seeing anything that has changed. Let me just double check. I see you. Have you seen anything that has changed with the presser? It's going to presser later. Mm, yeah, I mean, I guess it's still on. We're just waiting for it. Let me see if I see you said something. It's on Twitter. What's it on under Twitter? Because I don't see it on Fox 40 right now. Videos. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's not on Placer County. It's usually on Fox 40 Sacramento. Let me check their Facebook just to make sure. Rodni, Sacrime live. Okay, let me just make sure. Nope. I swear to God, they're always late, it seems. I'm trying to find it, guys. Placer County. Hold on, let me look at your comments. I'm sorry. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm way behind on comments. There was a 2 o'clock held today. There, Trucker Donner Recreation Park. KCRA. Let me check KCRA. Thank you. Okay. Guys, the Capri Sun Wild Cherry, 5,000 cases have been recalled for possible contamination. So, just an FYI, just saw that notification. You're welcome in advance. Let's see here. Um, just making sure. Live. Fuck. I just want to make sure that the timeline. Nope. Hold on, let me make sure. Nobody else is streaming it right now either, so nope, nothing. Oh, thank you, Nanook. I apologize for babbling last night about the. Oh no, you're fine, honey. Check your email. Okay, let me check my email. They need to like have it. It's like every day with these press conferences, you're running around at a different place, and the sound quality really sucks with these as well. Okay, someone just sent me something. Press conference. Yeah, they'll post it like later today after it's done as well, but which is what they love to do. But okay, I'm gonna go to the Truckee Donner Recreation and Park. Let's see if they have a Facebook. Let's see if that works. Let me see if Ikmail or anyone has a. Nope. And hold on. Fox 40. KOLO.
been a maintenance issue. But you can see behind me that they have now moved all of the children from that elementary school to this church, and parents are lining up trying to get their kids. You know, they've heard that all of the children have been let out safely, that the librarian may have been heard, maybe a few adults, but
I think I'm.
Soft. Holy shit. Excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. New Charmin Ultra Soft is now even softer, so you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. Way to go with Charmin.
An outfielder who has spent 11, I have the chills still.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
11 seasons in the minor leagues, and he finally made it. He let his mom know. First call was to mom, FaceTime, and they both had this incredible moment that has now gone viral. Millions of views on this thing, and it's just super awesome.
Emailed me the link.
Really cool.
Okay,
It's not
thank
rooting
you.
for Wynton Bernard.
You got it. You want him to stay.
This is the story of two homes. They both have bugs, but only one has Zevo. Want a worry-free way to kill bugs? Zevo traps use light, not odors or chemical insecticides, to attract and trap flying insects. They work continuously, so you don't have to. They send them away. Zevo. People-friendly, bug-deadly.
Itchy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. It just cleans better. So you're
2 seconds, guys.
So that question was answered very extensively, about 4 or 5 days in a row. I can have the California Highway Patrol elaborate on that if you can. Thank you.
Is it over? Like, seriously?
Essentially, it's very detailed and specific.
Can we even hear it again?
And as much as we might want to get that information out, the specifications on what has to be met in order to meet that wasn't there. We, I think, collectively agree that the big social media push and whatnot that we've had has certainly reached a tremendous amount of people. So I personally feel very comfortable that, again, apply for it and see if that'll happen from Sacramento.
You said for it in a little bit of a different way. Can you say what that means in terms of personnel and search groups?
Sure. I'll have Lieutenant Josh Barnhart answer that question.
I figured that would come up. So we've identified lead investigators from each agency, Placer County Sheriff, Nevada County Sheriff, CHP, Truckee PD, the FBI, and we will be moving forward for task force. And that means that with these leads, we'll be able to cycle personnel through rather than having a large group of personnel here. It doesn't mean that the investigation is going to stop. It will continue to move forward.
If I hit mute, see if you can still hear it.
Has there been any change of position by the adults that have advised the teens not to speak? We talked about this a few days ago, that this was a very important part, that there was adults advising the teens that were at the party not to speak and contact authorities. Has there been any change in position with that?
I don't know that that's readily apparent. We only received several reports a few days ago. And since then, we haven't received additional reports, but that doesn't mean that people are still telling, other teens potentially or young adults to not come forward. Our detectives and the FBI investigators are extremely committed to interviewing as many people as possible who went to that party, and they continue to do so today.
Thank you.
To follow up on that question, have anyone interviewed by the FBI in the surrounding area been uncooperative with investigators?
I'm going to let Lieutenant Barnhart answer that question.
I would say for the most part, everyone's been very cooperative, yes. And like I said, thank you to the community. Many people have come forward and given us information, but we haven't run into very large roadblocks with people not wanting to give us information. I think what JD was talking about was probably an isolated incident that we were able to get past.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
In the future, will you be able to release the image of Kiely wearing the pink and white shirt?
That's up to the investigators, but at this point, we don't want to compromise the investigation. So this was the only photo we were able to release. Any more questions?
Since the investigation is proceeding in a different way, will there continue to be press conferences and community meetings in the future?
We will not be holding a community meeting today, but we will hold press conferences as needed.
Am I allowed one more question?
Sure.
I have a question from the public, from my listeners.
Sure.
That went out and searched and used the CalTopo. And they want to ask that in what capacity have you used their searches within your searches there, Captain Brown?
Yeah, JD, thanks. That's a great question. And I would still put emphasis that even as the search goes into a limited and continuous like mode, that map is still accessible. So anybody that's going out for the length of time that we don't have answers, I would recommend like logging on and throwing those tracks out there. So ultimately, when search and rescue operates, there's an overhead team that designs plans and creates them. And we do that based off of information from the investigation, information from the map that folks are going out and using. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that we don't go out and say search that same area, which is also why we told people, you know, that it doesn't matter if we went and search somewhere. If you go and search it again, you could literally be standing on a cliffside and not see something that's on the other side based on trees and terrain and rocks and all kinds of various things. And it's happened in many searches and in many areas. And so that still remains a huge possibility. But those tracks are taken into consideration as they come in of, okay, what kind of resource or what kind of push do we go? And is there really good coverage and is the land flat? Then that might indicate something versus if on a topographical map, if there's more slant and slope, and even though people may have walked on the top end, maybe we still need air support to get better eyes on it. But I would say that it has been a tremendous tool. It was fairly innovative from the team that's doing things. And CalTopo, for us, for search and rescue, has always been a huge help. And just adding more tracks and more information doesn't always give us the answers, but it gives us an idea of direction and things. But yeah, it has been helpful in the event that the community is like, why are we doing this? We know we haven't released any maps. We're still not choosing to do that at this time. At a certain point, we may choose to do that, but it's been discussed and it really doesn't give any benefit or help because we don't have a direction or clue of where to go anyway. So everybody's pretty familiar with where the epicenter of this all occurred. And it is worldwide from that point, expanding out of where do you go. So thank you, though, for that.
No, thank you.
Everybody good? All right. Thank you so much for helping us spread the word. We appreciate it. And we hope to have updates for everybody soon.
Thank you.
I want to play the very
I'm
beginning.
Angela Musalam, the Public Information Officer for the Placer County Sheriff's Office. I'm joined by our Unified Command today, and we're providing an update on the investigation and search for Kiely Rodni. I'd like to first introduce Nevada County Sheriff's Captain Sam Brown for the latest on the search and rescue efforts.
Good afternoon, everybody. So obviously our search for Kiely continues and trying to do the best that we can to keep things moving in a positive way and attempt to find some clues and locate some idea of where we need to get to. We've been working pretty close with the family, trying to make sure that we're providing them with up-to-date information, but also try to protect from a lot of the ups and downs that have occurred throughout this whole ordeal. We are still looking for any clues, videos, tips, any information to help us to put pieces together and help us to direct where we're going and how we're going to continue to do a search. We are moving into a more limited but continuous search and rescue effort. We've pulled in a ton of resources towards that goal. And I think to date, we've had over like 9,000 man hours into searching, which is pretty astronomical. Our biggest problem is where do we go and how do we keep sustaining this? And so we do have some plans that were continued. Our team, our overhead team, worked extremely hard into long hours and continues to work to this day on creating plans that we can continue to follow up on. But we are going to have to switch modes and kind of focus on the investigative end and try to figure out where do we go from there. We still want all eyes and ears out there. We're coming into hunting season. We're hoping for people to have eyes out all over the place. And we're going to continue to put all of our efforts in as a unified command and continue to try to do our best as we move forward. So in the last 10 days that we've been searching, there's been an incredible effort. There's too many agencies, too many people to thank, but it has been pretty astronomical. The resources from air support to ground support to divers and swimmers and you name it, we probably called and asked for it. And I would say that the majority of resources came in a relatively quick period of time. As we start to transition into more of the background investigative stuff that's been going on and really putting emphasis on that, we continue to work with the detectives. The Nevada County Sheriff's Office is highly invested in that end, as we have been from the very beginning. And we're going to continue to try to do the best that we can to keep things moving forward. The biggest thing that I'd like to say from our end on the search effort is we really appreciate the outpouring of support that's been from the community, from the family, and everything that's been going on. The community members and even folks from outside the community coming in to help look for Kiely and continue doing that search on their own as well is extremely important and has helped us with a lot of, hey, where should we go and how do we do it? I've never seen such great support, but I want to make sure that everybody stays in a positive mode and continues to move forward, because we still need people to have their eyes and ears out there and keep working towards the goal. And our goal, which has never changed from the beginning, is to find Kiely Rodni. Thanks.
I'd like to now introduce Placer County Sheriff's Lieutenant Josh Barnhart for the most recent update on the investigation.
Good afternoon. I would like to also thank Kiely's family for their continued support in this effort. It has truly been a feat. I'd like to commend the community for coming together to support us in all of their search and rescue efforts. I'd like to commend our own search and rescue and detectives, and also you, our media partners, for helping us put out the word about Kiely. We are committed to following through on all the tips that we receive. We are continuing to investigate leads from those tips. Today, we have 50 plus detectives that are out and about interviewing and following up on those tips. We've married up with the FBI, our detectives in the FBI, to go out and do that. Another request is for more video. If anyone has more video that they have not submitted, please, there's no small amount of information for us. And more witness accounts from the party. Putting the pedal down, that we're continuing to move forward this week, and that after this week, we will be modifying things to a task force style. That means our resources will continue to move forward, but in somewhat of a different manner. Thank you.
As many of you are aware, yesterday we put out an updated photo on a sweatshirt that Kiely was seen wearing at the party Friday evening. Just to provide some clarification on that, we did receive a video evidence showing Kiely at the party wearing the white sweatshirt you see to my left. To clear up any confusion, That same day, Kiely was loaned that black sweatshirt you see above the first sweatshirt. And we never detailed or said that she was wearing the black sweatshirt. We believe that Kiely was in possession of the black sweatshirt at some point during that evening, but we have received video evidence showing Kiely wearing the black sweatshirt, and she was seen at the party. I'm sorry, the white sweatshirt, excuse me. So I just wanted to clarify that portion. We've also received confirmation that there is a Ram sticker that is located on the back of Kiely's vehicle, right underneath the rear wiper blade. So this, we believe this is very important information for the community and anybody in the area who continues to call in any tips to see if they can clarify that they also see a Ram sticker on the back of Kiely's vehicle. That was one notable thing that we've noticed. As you know, we remain committed to finding Kiely. That is all the information we have to share right now. We will continue to share any updates as they come and as we are able to release them to the public, to our social media accounts. So at this point, the press conference will conclude. We will limit questions to the press only and 2 questions per reporter in the interest of time, because we would like to get our command staff back to the incident command posts so they can continue their investigation.
Just one. Why, I just, someone asked me why they haven't sent out an Amber Alert yet. Is it because they didn't get the criteria?
So that question was answered very extensively, about 4 or 5 days in a row. I can have the California Highway Patrol elaborate on that if you can. Thank you.
Sergeant Strucker with the California Highway Patrol and Truckee, and essentially, yes, there's very detailed and specific criteria for Amber Alerts. And as much as we might want to get that information out, the specifications on what has to be met in order to make that wasn't there. We, I think, collectively agree that the big social media push and whatnot that we've had has certainly reached a tremendous amount of people. So I personally feel very comfortable that our outreach in that capacity has accomplished what we could have accomplished with the Amber Alert. And certainly if things do change and that criteria changes, we would again apply for it and see if that'll happen from Sacramento.
You said probably in a little bit of a different way. Can you say what that means in terms of personnel and search groups?
Sure, I'll have Lieutenant Josh Barnhart answer that question.
I figured that would come up. So we've identified lead investigators from each agency, Placer County Sheriff, Nevada County Sheriff, CHP, Truckee PD, the FBI, and we will be moving forward in a task force manner. That means that with these leads, we'll be able to cycle personnel through rather than having a large group of personnel here. It doesn't mean the investigation is going to stop. It will continue to move forward. I hope that answers your question.
Has there been any change of position by the adults that have advised the teens not to speak? We talked about this a few days ago, that this was a very important part, that there was adults advising the teens that were at the party not to speak and contact authorities. Has there been any change in position with that?
I don't know that that's readily apparent. We only received several reports a few days ago. And since then, we haven't received additional reports, but that doesn't mean that people are still telling, other teens potentially or young adults to not come forward. Our detectives and the FBI investigators are extremely committed to interviewing as many people as possible who went to that party, and they continue to do so today.
Thank you.
To follow up on that question, have anyone interviewed by the FBI in the surrounding area been uncooperative with investigators?
I'm going to let Lieutenant Barnhart answer that question.
I would say for the most part, everyone's been very cooperative, yes. And like I said, thank you to the community. Many people have come forward and given us information, but we haven't run into very large roadblocks with people not wanting to give us information. I think what JD was talking about was probably an isolated incident that we were able to get past.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
In the future, will you be able to release the image of Kiely wearing the pink and white shirt?
That's up to the investigators, but at this point, we don't want to compromise the investigation. So this was the only photo we were able to release. Any more questions?
Since the investigation is proceeding in a different way, will there continue to be press conferences and community meetings in the future?
We will not be holding a community meeting today, but we will hold press conferences as needed.
Am I allowed one more question?
Sure.
I have a question from the public, from my listeners.
Sure.
That went out and searched and used the CalTopo. And they want to ask that in what capacity have you used their searches within your searches? There, Captain Brown?
Yeah, JD, thanks. That's a great question. And I would still put emphasis that even as the search goes into a limited and continuous like mode, that map is still accessible. So anybody that's going out for the length of time that we don't have answers, I would recommend like logging on and throwing those tracks out there. So ultimately, when search and rescue operates, there's an overhead team that designs plans and creates them. And we do that based off of information from the investigation, information from the map that folks are going out and using. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that we don't go out and say search that same area, which is also why we told people, you know, that it doesn't matter if we went and searched somewhere. If you go and search it again, you could literally be standing on a cliffside and not see something that's on the other side based on trees and terrain and rocks and all kinds of various things. And it's happened in many searches and in many areas. And so that still remains a huge possibility. But those tracks are taken into consideration as they come in of, okay, what kind of resource or what kind of push do we go? And is there really good coverage and is the land flat? Then that might indicate something versus if on a topographical map, if there's more slant and slope, and even though people may have walked on the top end, maybe we still need air support to get better eyes on it. But I would say that it has been a tremendous tool. It was fairly innovative from the team that's doing things. And CalTopo, for us, for search and rescue, has always been a huge help. And just adding more tracks and more information doesn't always give us the answers, but it gives us an idea of direction and things. But yeah, it has been helpful in the event that the community is like, why are we doing this? We know we haven't released any maps. We're still not choosing to do that at this time. At a certain point, we may choose to do that, but it's been discussed, and it really doesn't give any benefit or help because we don't have a direction or clue of where to go anyway. So everybody's pretty familiar with where the epicenter of this all occurred, and it is worldwide from that point, expanding out of where do you go. So thank you, though, for that.
No, thank you.
Everybody good? All right. Thank you so much for helping us spread the word. We appreciate it, and we hope to have updates for everybody soon.
Thank you.
All right, so there we have it. So what they said in this press conference, yeah, they do. This is the thing, I'm wondering, should they even do a press conference every day if they're not really telling us much more than, if they don't really have much to say, should they just put it out on their, Facebook and their Twitter? However, the big news is that they confirmed last night, but they confirmed in words that they do know Kiely was at this party, that she was at least at this party in the beginning for sure, and that she was wearing the white and pink hoodie. Just trying to find that pink hoodie, but so that's one thing that we know. There was a lot of kind of speculation on whether she even made it to the party in the beginning, but now they have to have at least some sort of, we call we call it a hard confirm, which means it has to be a video or something that she was physically at this location. Another thing I was thinking about, and this may sound like gross even, or just odd, but they was talking about like Kylie and Sammy, that they went to pee together and stuff. And I wonder if they have even asked Sammy, like, where did y'all go pee at? Show me where y'all went to pee. Um Show me where you guys were parked. Um if they have actually interrogated um these friends, or are they just calling them up and saying, hey, do you have anything, can you come down and let's talk about this? I don't think it actually takes the FBI or any of them that long to find 300 people at a party. They are very efficient and they can find someone very quickly, even if your face is covered up. They have a lot of means in order to do that. Someone just put, did they say there's video of her at the party wearing the white hoodie? Yes. Yes, they did say that in the beginning of the party, they have Kylie in the white and pink hoodie. Now, this is my question. Sammy knows, she said they were together the entire evening. Now, she knows that they went back to charge their phone. They stayed there about 30 minutes, that there was other friends in the car with them. Then they went back to party. They was sharing drinks. Um, they were going to ride home together. Sammy doesn't, Sammy just kind of up and leaves. But Sammy didn't know that there was a white and pink hoodie. I mean, if they were together, she said, pretty much all evening, you was there whenever she peed. I mean, to me, if she was going to change, she would have probably changed in her car while she was, charging her phone, right? And that's exactly right, Peg. Why wouldn't the other friends be talking? Why is she not saying who those friends are? Why did she leave with those friends when she left her best friend? Yeah, I mean, they can find the 300 people very easy, and I understand someone put they can find the 300 people, they just can't find the missing girl. And how they find them is they go to these people's houses and stuff. But unfortunately, Kylie isn't at her house. Why would Kiely turn her turn her phone off on the way home, and someone else could have sent those texts? Well, what was interesting to me, throughout the day, Kiely had texted her mom, and everything. Kiely had text Sammy, uh, you know, I guess throughout the day. And like 5 minutes while she's getting ready to leave, she calls Sammy, or Sammy says that Kiely calls her. Why didn't they just text? I mean, why was there a call? And then we have Maddie, who showed up. She says she was there 10 minutes at the beginning of the party. She felt very, very uncomfortable. And she called her boyfriend because she said there was a bunch of just a bunch of guys around her, and it made her feel uncomfortable. And they immediately wanted her to do like bong hits and stuff. And that was something that she was not comfortable with. And she left. And then Sammy says in the beginning that there was older people there, and she says in that interview as well that there were some older men there. They were following us around. They were kind of creepers, that kind of thing. She's like, I never get overwhelmed at a party. I get underwhelmed, but I was actually overwhelmed at this party. But Sammy, you didn't leave. You stayed till the end of the party. So how overwhelmed were you if you were still willing to drink and party and socialize and do all of that? But then her last interview with The Sun, she's saying, no, there was just young people there. It's really not making sense. Yeah, I mean, it could have been beer pong, or it could have been a smoke bong. I really don't. Did she not call Jagger at all while she was at the party? I do not believe she called Jagger while she was at the party whatsoever. I think she talked before. She had texted him before. Jagger was 4 hours away. That I'm telling you, I personally have no worries about Jagger like being directly involved with it. Everyone needs to quit being scary cats and tell. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. Yes. I'm pretty sure they meant alcohol, says Lips. Well, I mean, this is the end of summer. These are high school kids, college kids, and probably a bunch of older people who brought drugs there. Some people just go to parties to literally sell drugs. They don't go there to party. They go there to make customers and sell their products, right? So, thank you, Katie. It's very kind. So, there was probably every drug under the sun. So, let's think about it for a minute. Hold on, I need a piece of paper. Okay, let's think about this for a moment. What are the scenarios that can happen? You know what? I won't do it with pen and paper. I will do it on my Canva. We'll do it like this. All right. So we are going to, let's think of some scenarios that can happen, like what could have happened to her, right? So one could be an overdose. Overdose. And like one could be self overdose, right? The next one could be uh accidental, which I mean, how would we put that? I mean, self, like we could do it like like it could be alcohol related, right? uh so we could do like, we'll just do drugs, um drinks, um what else could we it could be it could be car accident. Okay. What else could we have? But can you I mean, can you die on shrooms though? You know what I mean? Like, can you die on it? It's possible someone hit her with a car. Crappy parking situation. Yes. Okay. 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 Drugged by stranger. Um, what else was that? Abducted. Okay. Abducted. If it was a crash, wouldn't they have found the car by now? No, not necessarily, Fern. I showed yesterday when I was live how um, there was a guy, he was missing for literally 3 years. He was right off the road. It had been checked so many times. Runaway, that's yes. Runaway, okay. Uh, what else we got? What was the Fight Club award to take home? Yes, that's true. There we go. That's another one. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. What does gassing the hell mean? Blank screen. Okay. Sammy is my number one suspect, possibly accidental. But what if it was an OD accidental? Where is the car? Buried. Blacked out animal got her. I think there would be. Yeah, you definitely can freak out on shrooms. Oh, don't worry about blank screen. We just send him love. Went home with someone. That's yes. Went home. We'll just put left with someone. No. Went home with someone. Okay. And that also could be you know, by choice. Oh crap. To here by choice or not going home. Okay. So can anybody think of jealousy of friends for some reason? I mean, there could have been a fight, right? Maybe she was so drunk and lost control of the vehicle and ended up in the water. Yes, that would go under car accident. Let's see here. Drugged by a stranger, abducted, runaway, sex traffic, went home with someone by choice or not by choice. And then I think with that we need to put that she may have thought she was going home. Someone gave her a ride, but they didn't give her a ride to her home, right? So almost like, which that would be abducted, I guess, right? I mean, we actually have to put parental involvement. Yes. I mean, I don't think it's going to be parental involvement because why would her car or sorry, why would her phone stop pinging right by the water there? You know what I mean? Someone posted a screenshot in the Kiely kissing group that a girl saw the girls in. Yes, we got to figure out who took Sammy, but you gotta find out also. You got to have motive, means, and opportunity. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, this is either going to be an accident, 100% an accident, whether she done the accident to herself, whether that is a physical car accident or it is a physical like accident of alcohol poisoning, that can stop your respiration, or if it is an accidental drugging herself. She went home, stepdad flipped out doing that. See, that's Christina. That's what I'm asking. I'm wondering, and more people are asking that today. What was the relationship between the stepfather and Kiely? But I also wonder, I don't think she made it home. And I think they would have had some type of neighborhood doorbell ring cameras, A. And B, I feel like the phone would not have stopped right by the water. It wouldn't have shut off or turned off right beside the water there. Why hasn't 15 agencies ruled out anyone? Not family members and friends. Very good question. Yes. I think we do need to put romantic, uh relationship, or what can we put? What, jealousy? Right? Jealousy. Relationship. Jealousy. We could also, could it be just and with the drug overdose, like that accidental drug overdose or whatever. Let's say someone, like drugged her, roofied her. See, yeah, and that's exactly right. It can be a number of these things. And I mean, how many things is this right here? Overdose. One, you can do a self overdose, or you can do someone else overdosing you. You can do an overdose by drinking, or drugs, by car accident, drugged by stranger, abducted. She could have ran away, even sex trafficking. Um, she could have went home with someone by choice, or by not uh, choice. And she could have, she could have went there for a kind of like a hookup, a romantic kind of relationship, or there could be jealousy between, some girls, they get jealous of each other, and also um, guys can get jealous over a girl. Yes, that is exactly right, RDT. We have to, the missing car and the turned off phone. Those big parties she was drugged. I think they're, my thing is, did she actually make these text messages later on in the evening? Or did someone make these text messages for her? Because if she was that incoherent, right, could she have actually texted? About out of 250 people, why her? That's a very good point. Out of 250 people? But another thing is, why is it always that person? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that just happens. Note, that's the question that we are all wanting to know. Sammy, who gave you a ride home if you are in here? Tell us who gave you a ride home and who was you with in the car, you and Kiely in the car with, while you were charging the phone. Yes. Yes. But here's the thing. There could, like, if someone got SA'd at that party, right? Let's just say that, for instance, somebody got SA'd. There could have been plenty of other women who got SA'd at that party and just haven't said nothing, you know? But maybe she was so drugged that she overdosed. I mean, she only weighed 115 pounds. Why was her laptop in the car with her? I don't know. Of how I think it's funny how everyone is accusations of all about Sammy. I mean, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that anybody, I'm not pointing my fingers and saying this person did it, because I don't think that's fair, because everyone is innocent until proven guilty and, the research is done. Oh, hold on one second. Hey, Leslie, you sent me this email. Are you talking about Sammy's parents in this email? Is that what you mean? So if anyone's seen, a lot of people are talking about this guy here. I do not know anything about this guy. I'll make it very crystal clear. Thank you, Becca. Justin AWP is heading to California to search the waters. This is good news considering the circumstance. Sorry if I'm out of. No, we love it. You mean Adventures with Purpose, right? No, I mean they are just absolutely God sent. I mean, they have literally helped so many people just get closure as you can get, right? They're just wonderful. And I feel like if she is in the water around in those areas, if anybody will find them, Adventures with Purpose will find them because they have heart. It's not a job to them or anything. They do it with every muster amount of their heart. Yes, that creeper hipster guy with the mustache. He looks like he's at least 40. I hope you're right, dear. I hope you're right. Change the first said they were coming. They originally said they were coming at the end of the month if they didn't find her before then. But now it looks like they may be coming a little sooner. So, I mean, can I show the hipster guy? Let me see if I've... Hell, I don't know where that... Let me see if I can find... Do you know where that hipster guy is? I see you. Do you have it? Okay.
They try to depict this area as being out in the middle of nowhere.
Let me know if there's an echo.
That's where that neighborhood starts, right there. So just a few hundred yards away, you're in a neighborhood. You're not out in the middle of nowhere. There's no cliffs, no ravines.
Someone just sent this to me. I don't know what it is.
There's no way someone could drive off the road, crash into a ravine or off a cliff. And if you see this reservoir, it's pretty big. You should get driven in there. They found it right away. So the chopper search helicopter is still flying around. So it's not right down here. Flew right over me about 10 minutes.
It's very low. Let me see if I mute it, if it helps.
And I believe that that area right there with that truck, I believe is where that party was, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Welcome and all American Cartel members. All right, we got a cartel member out there, boots on the ground. Christian is his name. I'm not going to give you any more information. I'm not sure if he wants his information out there like that, but thank you, Christian. Very much appreciated. Lots of information from this guy. Like I said, a local, boots on the ground, and he's able to give us some insight into the whole ravine. And like I've been hearing a lot on Facebook that it was mountainous and signal drops in and out and all this stuff, like the middle of nowhere, which doesn't make any sense. There's lots of neighborhoods. I mean, I'm pretty sure they.
I don't even know what parents.
Satellite or antenna.
No, they have not found the car. Anyway, I don't know what the hell this is.
I wanted to bring to everyone's attention is that they have found a vehicle at the parents' lodge, I do believe. Now, don't quote me on.
No, this is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Don't pay any attention to that. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. This is a lot of it says he was in Truckee 6 days, same guy who made the joke about Kiely being in his basement. and he made this thing about Kiely being in his basement. Now, it could have been just sick humor. Whoops, Justin swore, I know. I just hate people who do stuff like that for attention. And, these are real lives. You know what I mean? And it really pisses me off that people, they need so much attention that they'll lie. Oh my God, that's what burns me up. It's like, don't lie. There's no need. You don't need attention that bad, dude. Like, do something good with your life. It's ridiculous. ICU, do you mean who is the guy in this photo or the guy in that video? The car was not found. That video, I was just playing. Someone sent it to me. I had not pre-watched it or anything. I was just playing it, and it was an idiot, in my opinion. So the car was not, repeat, not found. Disregard that video. 100% disregard that video. Yeah, it's very blurry, but this guy, he was in Truckee 6 days ago, it says, and some guy who made a joke about Kiely being in his basement. And I mean, do you guys remember this young guy? I don't remember his name. Someone may remember it in chat. It was a guy. He went, he was driving around and stuff, and he saw a younger teenage girl, and he saw the parents, and he kind of stalked their house for a while. And then he went into their home and killed the parents. He went in the home and killed the parents. And he took the girl and he kept her for a period of time. It was in Wisconsin. So, so it's just like when you hear someone says like Polly Klaus, let me check that up. Let me see if that's. No, it wasn't Polly. It's not Polly Klaus, is it? Let me see if it was Jamie Klaus. Oh crap. Let me see if it was Jamie Klaus. Google that. Yes, this is it. This is it. Jamie Klaus. Look at this. It was this idiot right there. It was that right there. He went in and he killed the family. Just so, and like he kept this girl like under his bed while like it was so weird. Like there was someone else living in the house or something, or whenever it was Jamie Klaus. But she eventually got away. It could be something like that. She was, for instance, hypothetically, uh, Kylie could have, been out, you know, she said someone was going to take her home, a nice guy who was pretending to be a nice guy says, "Oh, let me give you a ride home," or something like that. Uh, and he doesn't give her a ride home. You just never know. You really never know. And it seems like, I forget, the, you got a lot of murders that happens at campgrounds and state parks and that kind of thing, because a lot of times people, these type of people, they don't like to be, with humanity, like normal humanity. These people, they don't want to be around. They're not social or anything like that because they feel different, these murderers and stuff. Just like, and there's also, there's just not a lot of, there's not as many people around these areas. So it's, makes it a good place for people to, murder. Hold on, someone just sent me something. Someone just said my niece went missing. I got an email. Prayer vigil held for 22-year missing old Selma from Selma.
The weather is cooling down and
We will see what this is about. This is another young woman who is 22 years old, who apparently is missing too. I mean, nobody should go missing in 2022. It shouldn't happen.
Get the word out so that everybody that looks at her picture, as you guys are putting it, that can maybe identify her.
A prayer vigil was held tonight for missing 22-year-old Julissa Fuentes of Selma.
It's been over a week since she disappeared. The community of Selma has been coming together every single day trying to help find her. There are multiple searches going on every single day. Even drone operators just volunteered their time trying to check out the area and look for her.
Tonight, they're doing something a little different to help bring her home. Fox 26 News reporter Myra Franco was at the vigil tonight and brings us a special message.
A prayer vigil was held tonight for missing 22-year-old Julissa Fuentes, and I want you to take a listen right now. They're praying, giving words of hope for the whole community of Selma who came out, among other people from other places, showing their support for the family.
Heavenly Father, we lift up this prayer for Lisa. We ask for your protection upon her.
Prayers, faith, hope, and a lot of love has been and continues to grow for one Selma family desperately searching for their missing loved one, Jolisa Fuentes. Fuentes has been missing for over a week now. Her disappearance has gotten attention from people all over coming out to search for her.
People searching that they don't know the family.
Friends, family, and complete strangers coming together to bow heads. Every single person here surrounding the family, wishing for Fuentes' return home.
This is a united community. United we stand in this. And in the name of Jesus, with all of us coming together, he's going to bring her home.
Pastor Vasquez has a special message for the Central Valley.
Come together with us. There's nothing like the power of prayer. As we are praying right there where you are, right there where you're watching, bow your head, and lift up a prayer to the Lord.
Strong hope illuminating the darkest of times under the gazebo at Lincoln Park in Selma. Tonight and every other night, they say they'll be relying on the power of prayer to bring Fuentes back home.
Tonight, they say each prayer from each person that's standing here at this prayer vigil tonight goes
She's
a really
been
long way. In Selma, I'm Myra Franco.
she has been missing since August 7th. August 7th. That's exactly right. You don't see a lot of emotional people with Kiely, which is kind of interesting to say the least. Oh, you're sweet, Lena. Okay, okay, thank you, Leslie, for that. Okay, guys, I am going to jump off of here. I have to go do something uh shortly, and I will be coming back in about it's 6:17 now. I'll be back about 8 o'clock Eastern time. I do have to go do a couple things, but I will be back and we will be digging deeper into this case later this evening. Okay. Thank you all very much. And I'm trying to get some more information about something as well. So thank you for joining us, guys. Please do me a huge favor. We only have 465 likes. Please hit the thumbs up. I need to make it to at least 500 likes. It really helps the algorithm. It helps everyone get the word out there. But we will be back later tonight, about 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern, and I will see you all there, and we will get down together then. Love you. Please hit that thumbs up. Pretty please. Love you all. God bless.